Hello and welcome to another Record Sport Facebook Live. My name is Daniel Conn. I'm delighted to be joined all the way live from Hampden by Record Sport's Mark Perry. Mark, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Dan. How are you?
I'm very good. Let's get down to it then, Mark. A brilliant game at the National Stadium. How was the atmosphere?
It was a great atmosphere, yeah. It was, both sets of fans were really on the edge of their seat. Even before we hit extra time, it was really tense. Aberdeen fans were in really good voice when they took the lead, and yeah, Rangers fans were constant throughout the afternoon, pretty much.
Well, obviously we'll come to Rangers in a moment, but going in chronological order, Aberdeen obviously took the lead. Brilliant goal from Majowski. Brilliant finish.
Yeah, it was a really good finish. Matty Kennedy and Majowski reading the situation quite well, and Borna Barisic reading it quite poorly, to be fair. He didn't really look over his shoulder of where Kennedy was, and they kind of took advantage of the offside rule there. But yeah, it was a clever goal in that aspect, and a really neat finish by Majowski. So I thought I did a good game overall.
When that going in, Mark, did you sense that it was really anxious among the Rangers fans?
Yeah, it did feel like there was a bit of tension. Rangers had long spells of dominance, had a lot of the ball, but maybe hadn't carved out as many chances as they would have thought. And that, Aberdeen obviously had the offside goal as well before that, so I think there was concerns starting to grow at that point. But yeah, Rangers kind of kept calm. Michael Beale seemed pretty calm in the touchline. While Jim Goodwin was maybe putting out his foot in, playing every ball in his head. So yeah, there was a bit of tension, but Rangers did control the game for long spells.
And obviously, it was written in the stars that former Aberdeen captain Ryan Jack would get the crucial goal for Rangers. Just to be honest, from my point of view, just at the point where it kind of looked like maybe Aberdeen were going to see the game out. I know there's still half an hour to go, but it had that feel about it.
Yeah, Ryan Jack was, well, as you can imagine, taking a fair bit of stick for the stands here from the Aberdeen section. But yeah, that did feel like it was going to have to be one of those at that point, but it kind of deflected in, and because Aberdeen were defending really well, and were looking to hit Rangers on the counter attack, and Rangers were maybe not getting going how they would normally, kind of some flick passing and stuff like that with the way the pitch was. That probably after yesterday's game, but yeah, I think Rangers merited the equaliser at that point. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. It could have definitely ended.
Good point.
At that point.
The pitch was certainly making a lot of noise on social media. Was it as bad in the flesh?
It doesn't look great. It doesn't look very good. At the start, it didn't look terrible, I thought, but the longer the game went, you could see kind of bits of turf getting pulled up and stuff like that. And I think at times that suited maybe Aberdeen's style of play when Rangers aren't able to link up how they would maybe want to. Couple of passes too short and stuff like that to kind of derail the Rangers attack and stuff like that. But I think Aberdeen maybe played the pitch out a bit better, and that kind of suited them. But I just couldn't hold on to in the end, especially after the red card, which I'm sure you're going to ask about as well.
Well, just before we come on to that, keeping with the peripheral to the game, the VAR, what was going on there with the VAR? I mean, you guys inside the stadium must have been in the dark a little bit.
Yeah, so we're trying to look down and see what was actually happening, because Nick Walsh obviously kept going back and forth, and at one point, I think when it must have been when it actually got switched off, and he took Jim Goodwin and Michael Beale down the tunnel, like, or something. We thought this was the speculation around us that the battery had ran out and his arm thing. But that's what happens, I guess, with VAR. If it's a goal with VAR, you're left guessing. If it's not down, you're left guessing as well, apparently.
Only in Scotland.
I know, typical, isn't it?
And obviously, into extra time, Kemar Roof popped up. Before that, you're right, the red card. Anthony Stewart, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if anyone will debate this. It was a certain red card.
I thought it was as soon as he lunged in, I thought it was a red card. I know they checked it in VAR as well, but I don't think anyone could really argue. There was a couple of kind of smatterings of, it's mainly Rangers fans in the section we were in, but around us there was a couple of smatterings, Aberdeen fans as well, and they were all having a go at Stewart more than the rest, which I think kind of tells its own story. It was a crazy challenge, especially when it was in the pitch as well. Sakala was kind of in the corner. It seemed like it didn't need to be done at that moment.
That's the thing. He was going nowhere.
Exactly.
It was bizarre.
It didn't seem like much was on in the middle at that moment. It felt like he panicked almost and was like, I need to get him.
So it's kind of ironic. It's ironic because he's taking a bit of stick, Stuart, understandably, for his Morelos comments. But I thought he was actually brilliant up to that point. And
I thought he'd had a good game.
Maybe if he'd stayed on, might have been the difference.
Yeah, it was a crazy challenge. I don't know why he did it because at that point Aberdeen had defended really well, and you just felt after that red card that they were just going to get stretched and the goal was going to come eventually.
It did come in extra time, came our roof. His first goal since the Europa League quarter-finals against Braga back in April. And what an important one to get.
Yeah, apparently only scores in important games. It just turns up. But a good finish and a good move as well. Scott Wright breaking down the left wing as well. I thought it was a good bit of play for him. Two kind of guys that have been in and out of the team, maybe not. We've obviously had plenty of injury issues as well, so it was good for them to get their kind of the assist and then the goal for Ruth to get his moment.
Inside the stadium, did it feel inevitable that Rangers would get the goal, particularly when Stuart went off?
I think after Stuart went off, there was a feeling that Rangers probably would get that one chance. Listen, Aberdeen I thought played really well and defended really well to their credit, but I do think the game potentially hinged on that red card.
Well, we should say, obviously, down to 10 men, obviously knackered, horrible pitch. Aberdeen still fashioned 2 or 3 really good chances right up to the last kick of the game.
Yeah, well, that's true. I guess I'm saying that it felt like it was almost over, but you're right, they had had a couple of good wee last gasp chances, and you did think, maybe this is it. And then if one of those goes in, it's a different story. Penalties, the momentum's with you, but just wasn't Aberdeen's day.
I definitely think you could say Rangers just about deserved it, but if it went to penalties, I don't think anyone could have any complaints.
No, I think both sides definitely can make an argument for why they should be in the final. I thought it's kind of exactly the semi-final you would have hoped for from between these two sides. It was a really good game, really entertaining. Just one side. Well, I personally think it comes down to the red card, and that really decides it. And just Rangers eventually squeeze the game and win thanks to this strike.
Just on Rangers, Mark, huge for Michael Beale today's win, massive.
Yeah, I think if it'd gone the other way, if it had gone Aberdeen's way, I think not sackable questions or anything like that, but the doubts would maybe start to creep in, because you want to see, the fans here want to see some kind of progress, and although there has been signs of improvement, the league gap is still 9 points. So to get to the final, I think shows that they are headed in the right direction under Michael Beale, and kind of maybe winning games they wouldn't have won a few months ago.
We're taking a bit of stick, Mark, in the comments from people watching. From people watching saying Rangers clearly dominated. We did both say Rangers deserve to go through.
No, I do. Fair enough. They did dominate. I was more meaning from the way Aberdeen kind of set out their stall to play. That was, they wanted to hit on the counter attack. They wanted Rangers to have a lot of the ball. So yeah, Rangers did dominate, and they can deservedly make a case to go through to the final.
It was the heart and determination I thought Aberdeen showed that maybe could have got them to penalties. But hey ho. Just on the final, Mark, I'm going to put you in the spot. I know you love this. Celtic, I think it's fair to say, go in as slight favourites for the final. But Rangers haven't won this competition since 2011. They'll be absolutely desperate. Michael Beale knows he's probably not going to win the league to get a cup in the board, a cup in the trophy cabinet.
Yeah, I agree. I think Celtic do go in as favourites, just given the form recently and their position in the league. But as we've seen, when these two go head to head under Michael Beale and Ange, it was an entertaining game the last time, so it could go either way, and you never know in the kind of atmosphere it's going to be here on that day. It could go either way. So yeah, the comments can't pan me for that.
I think one thing that we can be certain of, Mark, is it won't be boring. It definitely
won't.
No,
definitely not.
I can see it must be very cold where you are, so I'm going to let you go, Mark. But
yes, security around me is wrapping up as well, so I'll probably get chased soon. So.
We'll let you get home, but safe travels home, and I'll say for everyone watching, thank you very much, and we'll be back next week. Cheers.
Okay.